worry about the girls. You'll be perfectly safe. I'm your chaperone.
Well, what's a chaperone?
Well, Frank, picture Bob and Carol and Ted and Alice with Billy Graham sitting in the middle.
That must be Penny's girl. Oh, happy New Year. Hello, dear.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Monique. I'm Ken's date.
Hi, I'm Ken.
Well, you got 5 minutes, then I'm Ken.
Penny.
Monique, darling. Hi.
They make a lovely couple, huh?
She sure does.
Right, now let's start the party. What shall we do first, huh?
Oh, should I blow up some more balloons?
No, I think you got plenty.
Over my dead body.
Whatever turns you on. I have an idea. Let's play pass the apple, huh? Come on, Monique. Put this apple under your chin, and Frankie, you come here, and you must get Monique's apple under your chin. But you can't use no hands. You can't use your hands.
Can you use my hand?
No, we don't know where they've been, Mom.
I can't use my hands?
No, dear, go ahead.
Do we have to play this game standing up?
Only if you want to stay out of prison.
Oh, the apple dropped. I guess the game's over.
Good, let's go to the showers. Okay?
Welcome to Jodie In Malibu. My guest today is Inga Neilsen. I thank you for coming, and that clip we just saw is fabulous.
Thank you very much. I'm glad I'm here.
That was with Dean and Frank, right?
Yes, yes.
Boy, what was it like working with them?
Well, I had the honor of working with both of them for several times on the old Dean Martin show in the 60s. And Dean was always a gentleman. Yeah. And Frank, you know, what can I say?
Pretty blue eyes.
Yes, but I was young, and it was wonderful credits for me and wonderful experiences.
Well, yeah. I know you go way back, because you
yes.
practically were born in a suitcase backstage.
Yes.
How did you get started?
Well, originally, as a youngster, I had a scholarship to the American School of Dance, and I wanted to be a dancer. Next thing I knew, I ended up in Las Vegas at the Thunderbird Hotel.
Uh-huh.
And I was a showgirl, production singer, dancer, and opened for Shelley Berman, and that was the start.
Now that's unusual, isn't it? Because usually if you're a showgirl, you're just a showgirl, you're a dancer, you're a dancer. You did everything.
Well, in those days, they wanted showgirls who could sing and dance. And I was the tallest that they ever had. At that time, I was 6 feet tall.
And you had to be very tall to be a showgirl,
yes.
Didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's still that way, I think.
Yes.
Wow. But now, where did you come from? You're not from Hollywood, right?
No, I was born in Chicago, way back then.
Way back then?
When?
Just a few years ago.
The Windy City, yeah.
So how long were you in Chicago? When did you come out here?
I left Chicago when I was like 8 years old and did all my schooling here. Went to LA High School, John Burroughs Junior High School, and trained at the American School of Dance, and studied voice and drama, etc. And it was a lot of training, and that was my life.
So you probably did very little socializing or didn't have a normal school life, did you?
Not really. I was involved in orchestras at LA High School and the choir, and I was liked, but I really went right into my heavy work, you know, of training. Schooling every day. I took a bus to Hollywood and walked Hollywood to my dance classes and my singing lessons, and it was my life.
So you knew at a very young age what you wanted to do?
Yes.
Were your parents behind you?
Yes, because I was kind of this tall thing, you know. They were worried about me being so tall.
Really?
You know.
They didn't realize that would be a plus, huh?
Well, it helped, you know, like nowadays, if a girl is tall, usually the parents say, let's give them modeling or dancing lessons for grace. And I just loved it. I thought I was going to be a very famous ballet dancer. Just the only problem was I just kept growing.
So you were too tall to be actually a ballet dancer. I see. That's interesting.
And from the Dean Martin show, that's how I got A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum with Zero Mostel. It's interesting because Mel Frank produced it. And of course you know that Julie Newmar did the original Broadway production.
Yes.
And they brought me in because of my size and that I was a professional dancer. And it was wonderful. I spent a lot of time in Spain working with these fantastic people.
Wow.
And I did Buster Keaton's last film.
So you did.
So it's the training of working with people that you learn so much from.
Yes.
So you can't put a price tag on that. And those are such wonderful memories. And, you know, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it was.
And Inga, I know that you worked with Barbra Streisand in Funny Girl.
Of course.
Tell us a little bit about that.
This is a big musical extravaganza where Barbra Streisand comes in with a pillow in her dress pretending to be pregnant bride. And it's a bride number. And I am the winter bride, and I do some poetry. And it's quite beautifully done. And I'm also in the scene preceding this where I'm on a fur bed singing I'm So Beautiful.
Okay, let's show it now.
Thank you.
The winter bride is typified by Christmas frosted fairies, and though the weather's changeable, her virtue never varies.
Streisand, I was always in awe of.
Yes.
A professional, and being a singer, I just loved to hear her. And she was always the diva, of course, but this is why she's so good.
Right. Yeah.
She was always nice to everybody.
And a perfectionist, I
yes,
heard.
Perfectionist.
Yeah,
yes.
everything has to be perfect.
But Herb Ross did the choreography, and he liked me because I had done form, and then I was a dancer, and I was very serious about my work. So I enjoyed doing that film, and one of the gals I worked with, Thordis Brandt, and I are still good friends to this day.
All these years, you've got a good friend.
Yeah.
Well, in between that, you did a lot of television, too. I mean, you just have done so much.
Yeah, I did Laugh-In, I did Carol Burnett, and then, let's see, I used to do the Smothers Brothers show, and worked with Don Rickles. I've had wonderful, wonderful memories.
I remember you on Johnny Carson.
Yes.
Because you were always the sex bombshell with the big breasts.
Yes, exactly. But then they found out that I could sing and dance and etc. But with Laugh-In, I ended up going on the road with Rowan and Martin.
Oh, you did?
I went on a concert tour with them. And they didn't know I could sing. Because I used to do all the little shtick with Henry Gibson and Artie Johnson. And Gaylord and Holiday were on the tour. And they were looking for some way to round out the show. And Gaylord said to Dan Rowan, you know, Inga can sing. Dan said, Inga? I don't think so. So one afternoon they handed me some music. Do you know this song? I said, yes. Sing it for me today. So that afternoon I sang My Man.
Oh, yeah.
And I ended up doing it for 8 weeks on tour with them.
My gosh. And they never knew it.
No.